Yeah, we find her, that beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So it goes out, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's a beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fun eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, a killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl.
Body me LP, oh yeah,
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe, shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty, I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk. She must be from your planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty, I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace up her presents and gifts, call me Santa. Claus, I make her heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy.
boy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and picture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine, brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it, beautiful girl. Spoiling night, killing time. I found a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Ladies and gentlemen of Prestige, welcome back. Shout out to you. Welcome back. Today is the 26th of April. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you can hear me clearly. Let me check myself. Okay, yes. I think you can hear me. All right, good. Welcome. Shout out to all 7 of you that are here early. Welcome back. Hit that like button. Do me a favor. Let's ping everyone else into the room. Like, share, and subscribe. Welcome back. Oh my God, we have a lot to talk about. Okay, we have what? How many more minutes left? 82 minutes to talk about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff has happened in the last 2 days. So, but I'm here for it. Okay, are you here for it? Let me see who is here with me. Are you here for it? Hey, creative and unique expensive. Good to see you. She said, good evening from the US, Indiana. That's what's up. The Midwest, huh? Good to see you. D-Love, my sister is here. Welcome. Hit that like button. Thank you. I appreciate you. Of course, as always. Chinye, my G, they here. What's going on? I also have Kathy. Hey Kathy, good to see you. Do me a favor, ping everyone into the room. Like, share it with somebody. Share it on WhatsApp. Share that link on WhatsApp with everybody in your WhatsApp. Share with 5 or 6 people. That's another reason why I share it in WhatsApp. Just share it over to 5 people right now. Let's get them inside now or later. All right, over here, Man of Prestige, we'll talk about a few things. We've updated this. We're updating things as we go along. We're building the plane as we fly it. Okay, number 1, we'll talk about relationship. But I figure, naturally we want relationship. But what's the next step in terms of order right now? As far as I feel right now today, I think it's self-awareness. I think if you lack self-awareness, I think everything else is really just useless. So we also talk about self-awareness. And now we don't just talk about power, we talk about power intelligence. That's a new concept that we're going to explore a lot. Okay. Power is always at play here when it comes to relationship, personal relationships, business relationships, all of the above, right? So power intelligence, obviously emotional intelligence, right? But I'm putting power intelligence ahead of emotional intelligence because I feel like a lot of people really just, they can't help it. They just like the victim thing, right? That's the only angle they can see things from. Either they've been victimized before or they are actually perpetuating victimhood, right? That's the only place where they can see things from. So I'm positioning power ahead of that because I want you to understand that no one, not me definitely, never ever am I ever trying to take power away from you, your own autonomy, agency of your own life. Precisely what I'm trying to get you to see is that the power that you have. Okay. Right. I want you to see that. I want you to understand that that's priority for me. Right. And then, but how we're going to get that? Okay. Now we have the conversation continues into emotional intelligence, because you're dealing with human beings. And no matter how much you yell logic at the top of your lungs, logic, I'm logical, logic, I'm just logic. Stop the cap.
You think say they wise?
If you have to yell logic at the top of your lungs, okay, not top of your lungs, if you have to say it all the time, you're probably the most emotional human being there is ever. Okay? Let's just make that clear right now. Okay? There's a reason why you feel the need to stress that out so much. It's because it's not working. If I hear logic again,
will you keep quiet?
Abinu, emotional intelligence, then seduction, then attraction, then love. So we will be inviting somebody to the pulpit tonight. Okay. Well, anyone who is like him, I doubt if he will see this. There's tons of videos going on right now about this gentleman, TYRESE. TYRESE, right? Everybody's talking about TYRESE right now. There's a lot of conversations going on right now about him, especially in the manosphere, and I know what angle they are coming from, and we're going to talk about that angle, and they are all wrong, all of them, every single one of them, they are wrong. Okay, and I will show that to you tonight, that they are all wrong. I promise you. Okay, let's talk about TYRESE tonight, who's been getting dragged woto right now. I feel sorry for him, but before I get into that, let me just first of all come back here, make sure I'm acknowledging everybody. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, all right, cool. So let's talk about TYRESE. I'm going to share something with you really quickly. Welcome back. TYRESE, not coconut head. They listen. He doesn't listen. All right. But the first thing, I want to go through this article on TMZ, and then you will see very clearly for yourself that this is a coconut head issue. Listen, the truth is that the court systems are built by men, obviously, to protect the vulnerable. And there have been many cases, many cases, uncountable, where women, something that was built to protect the vulnerable, children first, and then family, the woman, obviously, then the society at large, so we can have a place where equity, equality, fairness can play some kind of role in our very vicious and dangerous world, right? But obviously, some people outsmart other people. Obviously, some people use it as a weapon, when they end up in crisis, in a situation of a divorce, situation of we can't see eye to eye. Can't see eye to eyes no more. Not gay no more, right? Can't see. Everybody's just angry. Up, left, and right. Everybody's just angry, right? When you go to that kind of situation, you get dragged like that. Nobody is able to think, So, in that case, now we have a lot of men fighting back and say, men's rights. Men's advocacy, right? Trying to fight, But, as always, like I said, we talk about relationships, we talk about self-awareness. You have to be able to look inwards. Why? It's not to blame yourself. See, the problem is that you always think it's about blaming yourself because truthfully, you feel guilty. And guilt is actually just as dangerous as blame, right? It's just self-blame at the end of the day, right? Guilt, right? You're feeling guilty. Nobody even point finger at you yet, but you're already feeling guilty. So you get triggered when we start to say, hey, maybe a little bit of accountability. Hey, no. Why is it always men's fault? I never said that. I'm just saying, maybe there's something you can learn from looking inwards first before you start to point finger outside. That's all I'm saying, right? Because listen, You're not different from the rest of us. If you get into a space of crisis and you feel like the whole world is against you, like for example, some kind of random judge randomly claims that you have to be paying $10,000 per month towards two of your own children, an ex-wife, a wife of 3 years, right? You kind of feel like that's not fair, right? It makes sense that you feel like that's not fair. It makes absolute sense. I feel your pain. Feel your pain. Let me see what Creative says. Question: is feeling sore for him, is that victimhood or power? Is feeling sore for him? No, I feel sorry for him too. No, we're talking about how he feels in the long run. It's pretty normal for him in the short term for him to feel pain. Like Jesus, like that's normal human beings, right? You kind of feel that pain, right? Like, damn, right? So how much more, of course we feel sorry. If you feel sorry, he's feeling pain. That's normal. But at some point, if a lot of money is involved, right, you're going to have to engage power. You're going to have to engage emotional intelligence, not your emotions, emotional intelligence. There's a difference between your emotions, and emotional intelligence. Those are two different things. There's a difference, just like we've adjusted today, there's a difference between power and power intelligence, okay? If I were you, I wouldn't be doing power struggle. I would just want to understand power. That's power intelligence. That's another level, right? We're going to another level as opposed to let me hug on to my own power. Understand how power works first when it comes to human beings, right? Not when it comes to machines. You're not a machine. You're a human being, meaning emotions are going to play a role. No matter how much you're yelling logic, I'm a logic. I just want to be logical. Let's just be logical. Yeah.
Different from bad blue.
You're not saying anything. It's a waste. You're not that logical if you have to say logic so many times. Jesus Christ. So it's neither feeling sorry for him. We're not part of it. Okay? We're not part of it. So we're not relevant outside of we need to learn. We need to learn from this story. Okay? As far as he's concerned, he needs to engage power, intelligence, and he needs to engage emotional intelligence, especially when you already find yourself in the courts. The courts are vicious. You will be destroyed. Listen, ladies, even if you have the upper hand in the courts, you go collect woto. The emotional wreck you're going to become, you're going to be drained out of your balls. You don't even have balls. Okay? No one, including the children, is getting away from being dragged at the courts. It's not fun for anybody. Never mind what the manosphere tells you. It's not fun for anybody. It hits men, generally speaking, financially. It hits women, generally speaking, emotionally, and eventually financially. You might think you've collected some money now. You didn't make that money, you will run out of the money. If you have no idea how that money was made or how that business was built, you will run out of money. It's just a fact of life. Nobody escapes it. Okay? So there's this article on TMZ that I want to go through to maybe help us understand what's going on a little bit, so I don't just speak from my what, right? Hey, Just J. Listen, when I saw Just Jolasun Kemi, I was like, she's on it. That's what I'm talking about, right? She's on it. Good to see you, sister. She says, I'm trying not to troll with this story. No, don't troll it. Have some empathy for men. I'm going to troll today, just so you know. Well, our court system operates on prenups, years of marriage, children, and lifestyles, and who has the money in the marriage. Yes. And is it fair to say it's usually the man who has the money? Is that fair to say, or am I off with saying that? Right? We know that there's a lot of cases where the woman has the money and she to go collect. I've seen that even in my own personal life. The majority of the stories I know are actually women who has the most money, and a man is actively trying to collect half of it. Don't tell anyone. It's just in my own personal anecdotal life. The man also will never know about this. Okay, even if I told them, they won't want to hear it. Okay. All right. She said, I have empathy for some men, but I can't with TYRESE. He's a perpetual victim. Yeah. But yes, let me go through this story really quickly. Let's get through this story of $636,000 child support. You know, everybody's been running with it in the past 24 hours. $636,000. That's not fair. That's not fair. But let's see what happened. How much does coconut head cost? Okay, how much does that cost? Let's see what actually happened, right? This is the part that probably nobody else will want to get through it, you know? And I pray that God will forgive all of them with all the nonsense story they're pushing, fear-mongering all over the place, scaring men out of starting their families. Everybody go collect on this one, okay? I pray for forgiveness for everybody.
There is God.
All right, let's see here. Let's get through the story really quickly. Rocked in court, $636,000 for child support. Let me see if there's an audio to this or some sort. Let me refresh it. Maybe the original video or something will come up. Let's see. Yeah. McDonald's. Let's get through this. Aha.
And we also we're hoping to accomplish shedding light on Samantha Gibson making well over $100,000 a year outside of what I make per year.
She makes 6
and
figures.
The necessary needs of the actual child are beyond met.
All right, I understand. And you're aware
TYRESE is nervous as hell right now.
pay these amounts and then the Court of Appeals reverses it. You don't get your money back.
I am well aware of it.
All right. Do you want the court to consider?
Let me see what she said there.
Beyond met.
All right, I understand. And you're aware that if you pay these amounts and then the Court of Appeals reverses it, you don't get your money back.
I am well aware of it.
All right. Do you want the court to consider you paying it into a bond so that in the event, whatever the court rules, no one is prejudiced?
I would want to know more about what this means as far as a bond, but if I could position myself to show any intentionality to do that, if that's the final outcome, then I'll take care of it. But doing something that is beyond the scope of the law, it feels like punishment. It feels like it's just unnecessary. And if the roles were reversed, I just really feel like I wouldn't be sitting here.
All right, if the roles were reversed, he wouldn't be sitting there. Gentlemen, please don't go into a court and say something feels like punishment. Okay? The best they can get out of that is that you're trying to manipulate the court. Okay? There are proper ways to ask for pardons. Okay? Maybe you should educate yourself before you go into that court. All right? But there's a lot more to this drama. Okay? If the roles were reversed, good point, Just Jay. If the roles were reversed, it is not. Gentlemen, one of your biggest struggles is facing reality for what they are. Okay? You're literally actively trying to pull fantasy into the real world. It never works, not especially for men. Okay? I know you think women are always in this la la land fantasy world. Well, here's the thing. You don't want to become a woman, don't you? Do you? You don't, right? Okay, let's come back to being a man, right? We see reality for what they are, the actual meaning of being logical, right? Not trying to pull fantasy into reality. And you have to deal with that. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with asking for pardons, but don't try to manipulate the courts. It doesn't work. Okay. And now you're speaking to someone that I've helped people get 50%. Okay. 50% custody, literally from children they haven't seen for 11 years. Okay. Why? Because I taught them power intelligence and emotional intelligence. If you go in there and do emotionalism, it will work against you. All right. There's a lot more in here. There's a lot more. You're not going to get this from anybody that's men-centric in their content. They won't help you. They will give you empathy, okay? But they're not going to show you where your power lies, okay? And the dangerous part about showing you empathy is that it's going to, because you're an emotional being, you're going to get soaked into it and then forget to read up on some things before you go into those courts. What did he say? I would like to learn more about the bonds or something like that. I'm not going to those courts unless I know everything about the laws of child support. I just wouldn't. Okay. Is it difficult? Is it easier said than done? Yes. Everything we say here is easier said than done. Okay. So this is going to be a rough road for Tyrese. We can see already. Okay. Let me go into the article. Let's get into the article a little bit, because there's some more details of what actually happened. How did $636,000? Where did that come from? Wait, what? Over $500,000? How? They're just being evil. They just hate men. These people. Right? What people? The Matrix? Who? Oh, it's all Samantha's fault, I'm guessing, right? Let's see. Let's find out. Despite the astronomical numbers that came out of today's hearing. What did I say? Astronomical numbers, right? Tyrese attorney Tanya Mitchell Graham, right, isn't too down about it. She tells TMZ they will file an appeal as soon as the judge's order is entered. She also filed a motion for a new trial, which will be heard next month. As for the money, Tyrese doesn't have to pay it all at once. How long exactly how much are you going to pay for how long before you finish paying $636,000? Right? Even if he's making $2 million a year, that's a lot of money, because I guarantee you, and the person that's making $10 million a year, they've built a lifestyle around $10 million a year. To just come up with random $500,000 for a Tyrese, that doesn't sound like his beans. Anyway, let's keep going. Tyrese doesn't have to pay it all at once. The judge set May 15th as the due date for about $258,000 of it. How's that going to help? But Tanya says that could be pushed back once the appeal is filed. Also, the judge made a point of saying Tyrese has been paying child support all along, just not the $10,000 per month the court ordered. So they ordered him to pay $10,000 a month previously. Instead, he's been paying $2,236 per month. Okay, so instead of paying, hey Tima, good to see you. Instead of paying $10,000, it's been paying $2,200 every month, as opposed to paying the $10,000. Maybe he was just broke. Maybe he just didn't have the money, right? Well, in that case, there's a way to file hardships, right? Even if it's something sudden, maybe they looked at his finances before that point and it says, hey, you need to come up with $10,000 every month. But there's a way to file hardship that will have to be verified and all that kind of stuff. I'm guessing. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just guessing, right? I'm just thinking out loud. Help me in the comment. Maybe there's hardship, right? There's something called hardship. You file it, they verify, they see the people that say, yes, you lost some money. You lost some money over there. You lost an income over here, right? There's a way to file that, right? But TYRESE said what? How much does coconut head cost? Right? How much does coconut head cost?
You are a mumu man.
Let me just go ahead and pay $2,200 every month. They won't forget, but I'm going to fight. I will fight everything I have. Right? Let's keep going. Instead, he's paying $2,200 per month. The $237,000 represents the monthly difference he owes plus what? What else does the court ask for if you don't pay on time, or government agencies in general, IRS, these people, right? Interest. You're holding on to money that's not yours. That's what they think. It's not yours. He thinks that money is mine. I don't want nobody to take it. Not my children. I'll take care of my children. Forget these people. Their father, their papa, my money.
Your daddy.
It's my money. It's not yours. Okay? Steal my money. Well, gentlemen, agidi, coconut head.
You can be prosecuted for that.
Did you know you can be prosecuted for coconut head? Abi, you didn't know that before. If you don't have the keys, you will just beat yourself up for no reason. Okay? You will end up in Poto. Anyway, let's get into it. The judge, TYRESE, publicly, listen, this is all just Jay's fault. I wasn't going to troll. This is your fault, okay? I'm trying to have some empathy for my brother here. I care about you, brothers. That's your emotions, talk it away. Like, as in reality, not just by saying I'm logical. In real life, you talk that emotions away. If you end up in those courts, the judge, TYRESE, publicly called out before his child support hearing is ordering him to fork over nearly $250,000 to his ex-wife. The judge, TYRESE, publicly called out. He publicly called out the what? He called out the judge publicly.
You be mumu.
He said, what did he say earlier? What did he say earlier in the court? Something sound like a victim, right? It just feel like what? I don't remember now. All I know is that it sounded like another person trying to play the victim. Are you a victim? Yes, maybe. Can you play the victim further? Yes, you can. Okay. Does it get better? No, it gets worse. Precisely. Okay, it gets worse. Anyway, hearing is ordering him to fork out. Okay, publicly called out the judge before his child support hearing is ordering him to fork out over nearly $250,000 to his ex-wife and almost $400,000 to her attorney. The actor-singer was in Fulton County Court Tuesday to deal with his ongoing child support battle with Samantha Lee Gibson. Hit that like button, please. I beg. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. Hit that like button right now. Let's get that done right away. Hit that like button. Let's ping some more people into the room. Thank you. $400,000 of all that money is going to the attorneys. You see, while you're busy fighting your woman or your ex-woman, you're not fighting flesh. You never read that part in the not dictionaries, in the scriptures before. You never read that part, that you're not fighting flesh. Sometimes you are fighting invisible lawyers. $400,000 is the lawyer fees. $250,000, well, approximately about 237, is going to the ex-wife. Some of that is interest. The courts, you have to pay the courts for holding on to that money, for making them chase after you, for having coconut head. That's what I meant by how much does coconut head cost? Okay, the actor singer, okay, the main issue being Tyrese refusing to pay the $10,000 per month he was ordered to pay last August. So we have August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, right? Wait. What was it? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. About 7 months, right? 7 months, about 7 to 8 months plus what? Interest. Because he felt the judge was racist and biased against him. Let me tell you something, gentlemen. Even if you're right, you know, I've been giving you permission for a long time to be right. I've been telling you for how long now that you are right. You don't believe me. Do we need to finish that?
You're right.
Even if you're right, there is no power in being right. Don't be. I'm trying to be nice.
You are a mumu man.
It's not that there's no power in being right. It's just there's multiple layers to this thing called life. Especially if you're a man. Something you need to understand. While your vision is only showing you where you are right, there are other places where you're going to be wrong because you're moving with emotions. Not with emotional intelligence, with emotions. And it's worse when you're calling it logic. Yeah, I'm catching you every angle I can catch you. It's worse. It gets worse when you call it logic. It gets worse when you call it the truth. Oh, even worse. Right? Or you call it facts, data, stats, all this stuff. You're wasting all your energy on recorded numbers. You're not paying attention to what is in front of you in real time. Pressure to about you. Tyrese, come collect. Pressure to what? Pressure don't day. I just can't imagine it. I feel sorry for him, literally. Okay. All right. Also, as he stated on the stand today, Tyrese feels the $10,000 is excessive. He claims Samantha doesn't need that much because she makes good money. She was saying earlier, right, on her own. Well, let's watch this video of Tyrese calling out the judge. Let's watch this video together, you know.
The book club is back.
Let me see. While that's playing the ad. What's going on, Sahil? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah. Let's get to this. I'm coming to the chat in a second. I need to come to the chat because I don't know. I feel like we should leave this at this today. Keep it standalone, right?
Father in the city of Atlanta to meet me in the courtroom for a prayer. I am asking Attorney Benjamin Crump, every black father in the city of Atlanta, to meet me in the courtroom for.
What do? They can't help themselves. They call on everybody else. They try to help everybody else without helping. You need to put your own mask on first. That's not the first time you're hearing that. Put your own mask on first. Don't try to help everybody else until you've helped yourself, until you know how to help yourself first. is calling on every father to come to where? Let's go back again.
Every black father in the city of Atlanta to meet me in the courtroom for a prayer. I am asking Attorney Benjamin Crump, my brother, my friend, and my family, Attorney Benjamin Crump, to join me. I am asking Ambassador Andrew Young, the ex-mayor of Atlanta, and one of my nearest beloved brothers and friends to meet me. I'm asking...
He's asking them to meet him where? To come and help him with his issues, right? His family issues. These are your family issues first. This is not societal issues. This is not community issue. It's not. Stop the cap. It is not a community issue. This is your own family, bro.
Stop the cap.
I wonder if they met him at the courthouse yesterday. I wonder. Probably not. I'm willing to bet my monthly livelihood on it that no one showed up at those courts yesterday to come and help him. Let's see what he's asking for. I haven't seen this video. I'm seeing it for the first time with you.
Martin Luther King III, my brother.
Wait, what? Martin Luther King III?
Martin Luther King III, my brother, to meet me in the courthouse. That's what I want.
And you notice he's wearing what he might call the dashiki, right? He's wearing Ashoebi, Ashoebi, right? Black power.
And I want this man to do exactly what he's there to do on that bench, according to the law. That's all. You know what else I'm gonna ask? I'm gonna ask all of the other judges.
He needed a proper Hausa hat to go with the outfits, And
anybody who can step in and help me out to do a specific review, pull up all the transcripts for every father that Judge Farmer has ever had to be on the bench for, and I want you to pull up the...
All right. He actually meant his own file, not file. He didn't care about every other fathers before it became his own case, right? Right? But now he cares, right? Every father, pull up every transcript of every father, right? What is that going to do exactly? I'm wondering.
Transcripts.
To do what?
And really pick up and point out his conduct. Because as y'all can imagine,
his conduct?
See, if he did the shit to me, imagine what he's been doing to all of these other fathers of all races in that courtroom. Imagine that. So if you a blogger, press, media, Atlanta Journal, you name it, you have to fill out some documents as a press and media journalist called a Rule 22. RULE 22.
So while instead of TYRESE to be learning the child support laws of the land he lives in that he benefits from and learning how he can use it in the favor of his family, because it's not just about him, his children, and yes, his family, his ex-wife. That's family too. Not just wife. Okay? Not just wife. Your ex-wife is family if they have children for you for the rest of the life of those children. Okay? This is power intelligence. This is not your need to be right. This is just a reality. Right? If you don't understand that, if you think otherwise, right? What are you going to do? You're going to, in the name of let's fight this judge, literally be fighting your own kids effectively. Oh no, that's a reach. I hear somebody right now saying that's a reach, that's a stretch. Allah, it's not that deep. He's just trying to help other fathers. You're right. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. You're right.
That way you can set up cameras and you can document everything that's going to be discussed. Because this is all public record and public knowledge, there's nothing confidential about our case.
So if it's public knowledge already, why do you need all those people to come to the courts to come and help you again?
You think they're wise?
Why? This is emotions talking, gentlemen. This is how your emotions take over and destroy your chances of winning. This is a game. Now, I didn't say it's a joke. This is a game. If for some reason, not necessarily your fault, you find yourself in this court, your emotions will mess things up for you. Even when you're right.
Well, you're right.
It's all very public. We are going to be discussing Samantha's motion for contempt because she's in contempt of court. We're going to be discussing...
She's in contempt of court. That's not what the judge thinks.
Special Master's motion for contempt. We're also going to be discussing Samantha's motion for attorney's fees. And we're also going to be discussing my motion for attorney's fees.
Against who? Who's going to pay that? The judge? The judge is going to pay your attorney fees? Or wait, Samantha with $100,000 salary per year? With the lifestyle of TYRESE children? These people. Are you whining Jesus? What's going on here?
You were supposed to pay for your own attorney since you want to argue about the validity of our court case and our marriage and our prenuptial agreement.
Your marriage. Or more. This guy go collect wutu. It's not the end. Just so you know, it is not the end. Okay. It's not the end. This guy go collect wutu. I'm not saying it's fair. Remember, we don't talk about fairness here. So that's not what it's about. You have all kind of forces against you. You're probably going to lose if you get caught up in your emotions. Okay, especially if you're a man. I mean, we kind of know that, right? Yeah. Leading up to today's hearing, TYRESE ripped Judge Kevin Farmer in a video calling on people like civil rights attorney Ben Crump and Martin Luther King III to show up in court to support him in his fight against the judge. They weren't there. Inside court, the judge fired back at TYRESE for his failure to cough up the money he'd been ordered to pay. The judge fired back at TYRESE for his failure to cough up the money. He was sitting in the position of power. Your power, gentlemen, is you don't have to be in the seat. There's a different type of power you have, right? It's self-awareness, power intelligence, emotional intelligence. Oh, yeah. All that doesn't work. Says who? Have you tried it? No, you haven't tried it. You haven't tried it. When did you pay a coach to help you with that? No, you were caught up in your emotions. You hate the fact that your wife left you. You hate the situation, rightfully so, because listen, it hurts. I can rock with that. That makes sense that it hurts. But that's where the work comes in. It's easier said than done. But what's the flip side of it? What's the alternative? You go in there with your emotions. You come out with your emotions. You start. In fact, one of the things I saw somewhere is that he was saying that the judge called his ex-wife out of her name. He was trying to manipulate everybody. He didn't care. TYRESE cannot claim that he cares that his ex-wife was called out of her name. But he was trying to manipulate people. See, when people get caught up in their emotions, they try to manipulate. And the worst part is that they would argue they're not manipulating because they can't see it as manipulation. Whereas everybody else is telling you like, look, you're trying to manipulate. That's not going to work. That's not where your power is. Calm down, drink water, take a cold shower. Because your power is not in emotional outrage. It's just not in the court of law. You go collect premium. Anyway. Ordered to pay and held him in contempt of court. He could have been arrested, but the judge cut him a break. Well, aside from the staggering amount of money, he's got to pay now. TYRESE was ordered to pay a total of $237,944 in back child support for their daughter, Soraya, and $399,000 for Samantha's attorney's fee. He also has to foot $17,000 for the special master, a referee of sorts. They charge you for the referee too, for the umpire. This one no be juju. This one na witchcraft.
Not be juju be that.
This is witchcraft. Somebody has shot a stray bullet, not a stray bullet, a direct bullet at this guy from his village in Nigeria. Okay. This is not Ojulason. This is witchcraft. No, it is not. He did this to himself. I mean, you can see his go, what else do you want from me? Yeah, he started a long time ago. This doesn't start today. This judge is like, I will show him shege. I will show him pepper. Let me see what this video says.
The book.
I will show him shege. You recall TYRESE incurred Judge Farmer's wrath during last summer's hearing and was nearly held in contempt back then. So maybe it's not all that shocking today's proceedings were so testy. When the manosphere want to talk about this kind of story, it seems like something just fell out of the skies. Nothing happened. They just want to hate on this guy. That's how they tell the stories. Remember, I acknowledged, yes, the courts are skewed in the direction of helping children and the mother, unless she's a crackhead or something. Listen, it's skewed against you. So your power is not in that direction. Throwing tantrums, it's not going to work. Let's go back a little bit here.
Tender Petitioner's Exhibit 57.
Oh, he's nervous. I feel sorry for him. I do.
If I recall your testimony correctly, Mr. Gibson, you said 2018 you were financially in, quote, shambles. Is that correct?
Yeah.
In 2018, it was financially in shambles, right? Okay, when they tell you to pay up, right? You say, hey, I have no money. No money. So in 2018, it was financially in shambles. That's subjective. What does that mean exactly? I'm sure they will ask him. Even though they already know his finances. That I'm not laughing at him. I'm actually laughing at them. Okay, but they have to do their their typical, do what do you call it? Due process. You need to ask him. You need to say yes. It needs to be recorded. You say no. There's no. No, it needs to be yes. It's the courts, right? Or no, outright no, right? You say yes.
So in 2018, when you were financially in shambles, do you know how much you made that year?
I don't.
I'm done.
Your tax
Wait. Said, do you remember how much you made that year? He says, I don't. Wrong move. Okay, wrong move. Wrong move. That's the attitude. Just look at his face. Attitude is not gonna work. In the manosphere, they don't remember to tell us that when you go into those courts, you show attitude, you act out of place, you act all emotional, you overreact to our own testimony, to the other side's testimony. Yes, they said something that was wrong. They were wrong. Outright lies. You overreacted to it. You were all over the place. They were telling you, order. I've never been to court here, but in Nigeria, they say, order in the courts, right? I've been to traffic courts here, not family courts, right? They're trying to hold you together like your lawyer's like, calm down. You're going to F this up for us. But you won't listen. Nobody ever tells that side of the story. Oh, it's just because it's unfair. Yeah, welcome to the real world. In life, in love and war, all is fair. Welcome to the real world. You need to play, you need to learn how to play the game first. But it's a game. You're in the middle of a game. You don't know the rules. Okay? The people you've been learning rules from are people that are angry at the court system, the judiciary. All right? They can't teach you the game. They're angry for good reasons, I'm sure. But they can't teach you the game. You have a lot at stake. You can't come to the court and say, I don't know how much I made in 2018. 2018 is yesterday. That's like yesterday. You're supposed to pull that up and bring that to the court and be ready to give it and show a good attitude. You're ready to play game. The last thing you want to do is show that you're caught up in your emotions to the point that you now get the judge caught up in their emotions. Because again, it's at their discretions, right? Oh, they will drag you first, even if you win later. You will, and when they are dragging you, you think, let's say you won later on. Magically, you won later on, right? Did you think you actually got away with something? Ladies? No, you didn't. The children go collect. No.
$2.221 million. It's page 32.
They know how much you made, you dummy. They know how much you made. Oh, hey, these people.
You think say they're wise? You are a mumu man.
They know how much you made. Especially if you are a TYRESE. Okay? If your numbers are all over the place, there are ways to file motions, to adjust it and things like that. You need to play their game. The emotional stuff, it's not gonna work.
Do you want to check my math?
Sir, I'm asking you because I don't do the CFO thing. Here's a question to you, smart.
Wrong answer. The CFO has nothing to do with your income as an individual. Even if you don't know it, you need to pull it up before you came to court because they're talking about taking money away from you. How reckless, how careless is that behavior already?
No, hey, that's enough. You go sit down. We're taking a break. Lawyers back now.
They said that's enough. The judge got angry. It sounds like I just heard the judge. The last thing you want is the judge to be angry with you. You don't want the person that has the power in your context to be angry with you. They will shut you down. They will take your voice precisely away from you. Okay? Yet the judge is a human being. Listen, the judge was probably trying to contain himself because they already saw you called him a racist in the streets. And now you're gonna, I don't know. You don't know what? I know. Post it up right now. He said, post it up right now. We know how much you make. Get the hell out of here. We know how much you make. Now you owe $600,000. And tell your papa, your daddy, your father.
Your daddy.
Your daddy.
If you do it again, I'm going to hold you in contempt. You don't ask any questions. That's not how this works.
I told you. It pissed the judge off. It pissed the judge off. Gentlemen, don't do that. Listen, I feel your pain. You feel like they're about to take everything away from you. Find a coach. Your emotions are not going to help you. You might have a little bit of weary, madness inside of you. The judge weary may be at this level. Oh yes, if it was the woman who got angry like that, you're right, TYRESE. If it was flipped, it won't be. Yes, because she's a woman. Welcome to the real world. So is that supposed to be? I never said anything about what it's supposed to be. Again, fantasy. Welcome to the real world. Okay? Welcome to the real world as a man. Listen, it's technology age. You can change to a woman, but it's probably too late for this case. But you need to pay attention. Your power is not in playing the victim, obviously. Okay? If you've been the victim, yes, acknowledge you've been a victim. Cry over it. It is what it is. But we need to engage your power. Okay? And it's not in perpetuating victimhood. Okay? It doesn't change the fact that you might have been a victim. It's just two different lanes altogether. We're talking about you're in the middle of a game and you must win. What does you winning means you're able to come to some kind of amicable conclusion. There are people, believe it or not, that they never make it in front of a judge. They settled before they made it in front of a judge. And they just like signed off of it. They're happy. Everybody's happy. That's 630. Even if all $600,000 was going to her, which is not clearly, only $237,000, the money you actually owed is going to her, right? Even if all $600,000 is going to her, that money will finish. Okay? It's a poor people mindset. That money will finish. You will make a lot more money if you find your way out of that court as soon as you can. I'm not saying you should just relegate all your money away. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that do your best to come to some kind of unity, because it's the best way to win. Your children will win. Your family, aka your ex-wife, will win. You win. You get to get back to work as soon as possible and make 3, 4, 5, 10 times that money instead of wasting all this time. What again do you want from me? That's not gonna work. It's gonna come off as you're trying to manipulate. You're gonna piss off the judge and you go collect. Woto. You recall TYRESE incurred Judge Pharmaceutical Roth. We already covered that. Listen. This is a whole story on its own. This is a big deal by itself. I think TYRESE let me see here. Yeah, unfortunately, isn't this rock bottom? When he hits rock bottom, he's gonna have to learn this all over again. There's no way around it. It's not even the best. Well, part of the things that the best lawyers will teach you is self-control, emotional self-control, right? Because that's what you pay money for, right? TYRESE Uma collect woto. He's collecting big deal right now. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about this. Let me see, share this. Let me go ahead and let me go into your comments. Hit that like button, I beg. Let me come to the comments right now. You guys have been cooking all day. Jesus Christ. Shout out to Jojo. Jojo says good afternoon from Tokyo. Good to see you. But Samantha is not trying to take everything from him. 10K a month is nothing compared to his income. Yeah, unfortunately, he's caught up in his emotions. He just doesn't. I don't know we don't know if it's too much or not because we don't have the details of the finances, right? But I can tell you for sure that he doesn't want her to have all that money. He wants her to take care of the baby. If you're gonna leave me. Don't take my money. Period. I don't care how much it is. That's how they usually feel. Okay. So to him, that's not relevant. To him, it's like, nah, you're not taking a dime from me. I'm just gonna pay what I think the babies deserve. That's $1,000 and some change per child every month, and that's it. But that's not fair. How unrealistic. Unrealistic expectations at best. The same issues that destroy the relationships, probably. I keep telling you, that same thing that you don't want to deal with, you're gonna have to deal with it later on. Okay, I tell you, manage your expectations. If you don't do that right now, you're gonna have to do it at the courts. At some point, they'll force you to do it. Expectations, pride, ego. Right? Obviously, it's too late for 1 and 2. Okay? Obviously, it's too late for 1 and 2. But Coconut Head, he won't listen. D-Law says, on a serious note, why doesn't this man have friends that can pull him aside and tell me to stop this nonsense? Have you seen somebody with Coconut Head before? They don't listen to nobody. They can dish good advice too. Go and listen to DJ Envy. This guy was one of the people that helped him save his marriage. They can dish advice, but Coconut Head, they don't listen. Okay? They can't see past their nose. They can't even see their nose because they're not willing to calm down enough to see anything. He won't listen. The only way he will listen is if he hits rock bottom. Okay? Shout out to my brother, Information Man Show. Good to see you, man. They love not to pay. Maybe they feel a loss of control, so that in some weird power dynamic. Listen, it just hurts, man. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Most men who find themselves in a marriage crisis, they will rather shut down emotionally, mentally, and stay in the marriage. They will shut down emotionally, mentally, but they will stay in the marriage. Hence the 80% divorce being initiated by women. Because men, even if they're not really having a good time in the marriage, they will stay there, but shut down mentally, right? So if you, but they would justify and they will say, hey, this is just how marriage is. You know, women are just evil. They don't have sex. They just weaponize sex. They will just say all kind of BS to justify the staying in there. And then when the woman pulls the rug from under them, they are now shocked.
He shock you.
Yeah. It's the same story everywhere you go. Very similar story. It's like they don't see it coming. Right? I know because I went through that. As a man, you never see it coming because you just shut down a long time ago. You're like, you just normalize that, you know, marriage is hard. Just normalize BS. Marriage is hard, you know. We make you work, we make you do. We're not always happy, but you know, we make you do. And then one day the other person is like, no, this is terrible. I'm gone. They pull the rug from under you, and now you're mad at the world. So now you don't want her to have a dime above whatever you're saying she deserves for each child. Not a dime to her, of course, right? Because she was never your family. Never, ever your family, you know? Yeah. Double standards, not fun anymore, I see. Yeah, double standard gets really, really bad. Yeah. You just say you're going in. Jesus Christ, the butt hole. Jesus Christ. Why are we talking about butt holes? Oh my God. You didn't say that why you're mumu man. Yes, sir. I'm just trying to help anybody that's listening that's going to end up being a Tyrese. Maybe it's too late. You effed up your marriage already. You're going to be in those courts. You need self-control, emotional self-control. Your power is not in the attitudes. The judge has the discretion. Okay? They can destroy you. Okay? They can destroy you. Like, let's say even you go appeal and you win the appeal. They will waste your time. They will show you pepe. They will show you shege. Right? And it really doesn't have to be that way. If you've been hanging out on Men of Prestige, it doesn't have to be that way. Okay? If you have a good lawyer and you have emotional self-control, you will come out winning regardless of what the outcome is. Okay? You come out winning. Very, very important to pay attention to. Shout out to Brother Patrick. I see you, sir. I just noticed you were here. He doesn't have a lawyer. Why is he calling on people to support him? Because he's a coconut head. The lawyer probably, so like, what was that? The lawyer's like, what was that? Why did you put that out there? It's too late. Coconut head. How much does coconut head cost? Can anybody answer me? Can you put in the chat? How much does coconut head cost? Put it in the chat. I think we know the number already. How much does coconut head cost in this particular case? Put it in the chat, I beg. Let me see if you guys will get it. Okay. He can point all the pictures he wants, but we can see right through his BS. Can you imagine being in relationship with this type of human being? He's a freaking coconut head. Let's call it coconut head. Yeah. Yeah, it's not about being fair. That you don't go into the courts and be playing fairness. You're going there to win for your family. Okay? You're going there to win for your family. Okay? You protect the interest of your children. That doesn't mean you're giving random money away. That's not what I'm asking you to do. Okay? But you're trying to come to some kind of conclusion that everybody is kind of happy. Are some women greedy? Yes. That's why you have good lawyers. The lawyer will take care of that part. If they encounter a greedy woman, they will take care of that part. Your emotions will make you worse. That greedy woman will get everything she wants if she can manage to drag you into that poto with her. Let me show you what poto look like, because coconut head cost $600,000. Voila. $636,000 is the cost of coconut head. If you're a stubborn person, it's probably going to cost you more than that. Okay, it's going to cost you a lot of time. You're going to waste time. You're going to miss out on life and love because you're stubborn, because you lack patience. Okay, you lack patience. Patience was part of the stuff we had on the list, right? But I removed it because I feel like it's covered. It's covered in power intelligence. Okay. It's covered in power intelligence. Silence is part of the secondary layer here. There's power in silence. Okay? There's much more power in silence than you realize. There's no power in being silent all the time. I'm not asking you to be a doormat, because this is a vicious world you will be taken advantage of. Yes, by the closest people to you, just so you know. Okay? By the people that once upon a time claimed they love you. Yes, when they get caught up in their emotions, they go drag you woto. That's why you can afford to get into that poto with them. Okay, easier said than done. Yes, I acknowledge that, but there's no other way around. It's the work that you need to do on yourself. It will benefit you long term. In other aspects of life, if you have that level of emotional intelligence and self-control. Okay. Was he pro se or did he have a lawyer? He had a lawyer. The lawyer was the woman. I don't know all of the technicalities or the legal terminologies. I don't. The only thing I know is emotional intelligence related stuff, because I remain a student for the rest of my life. Personally, I'm committed to it. It's an ongoing thing, right? But I know it plays out in every other aspect of life, because there's forces actively trying to pull you down from that pedestal. Don't put yourself on that pedestal. You'll fall. I promise you. You'll fall. Instead, allow other people to lift you up. Because they will. They will lift you up. Okay? Especially if they feel good around you. Especially if the idea of being around you is a feel good for them. Yes, feelings. Not logic. Logic is stupid. You're not a machine. Feelings. Emotional intelligence. Truth is stupid because it's your version of truth. Okay? You're a human being. Okay? You have filters. Whatever you're calling truth is clouded up by your own judgment. I'm not saying there's no such thing as truth, but you can't disconnect it from your results and the reality of what's going on. That's just being stupid. Okay? Yeah, the lady, her name is Tanya Mitchell Graham. That was the lawyer. When I was watching the lead attorney yesterday, he said she was actually threatening the judge. She said, "Oh, you're going to get a reversal," which I learned on lead attorney yesterday that it means the judgment is going to get kicked out in court of appeal, right? The lawyer who was threatening the judge, okay? I'm sure there's some strategic times where you can do that, right? I'm sure the lawyers can teach us all of that, right? There's some strategic times in power where you can, play offense. But point is that you gotta know where to play offense and when to play defense. If all you're doing is playing defense, you will lose. You will lose, ultimately. If all you're doing is playing offense, if that's all you're doing is playing offense, you're just offensive, you're going to lose. Because no single entity or single person ever in this world has all the power like that. Even if they seem to have it right now, it will revert back to somebody else at some point. There's no empire that lasts forever. everything in life gets old. So relax, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Yes, even when it seems like you're losing, relax. Overreacting is not going to help you. Overreactions are actions that you're responsible for, and there are consequences for them. You don't get to say, he made me do it. She made me do it. That's not how life works. You go collect for every, like, you big time. Okay? Shout out to Adebusola. I see you. I see Natu Afa now. You came late too. It looks like I didn't see you earlier. If he showed up pro se, then he's the biggest order. No, he wouldn't do that. He has money to waste. He just wasted his money, by the way. My show. Right. No. I didn't know that's what pro se means. I'm telling you, I don't pay attention to any of these terminologies, honestly. But now I know. Hopefully I remember the next time there's a case like this. But he could have at least seek comprehensive legal counsel. No, he's coconut head. Sometimes they will hire the biggest lawyers. Well, I don't know. Tanya, I'm not sure what Tanya did. I don't know. But bottom line is, he's not listening to his lawyer. The lawyer is a woman. Do you think TYRESE is listening to a woman lawyer? Let's ask ourselves. Even if she's really that good, do you think he's listening? She said, I'll be sure not to call her. Yeah, she won't get nothing else past that retainer fooling with me. Yeah. That's what's going on. I just think it's a big deal, you know. Mindrell, shout out to Mindrell. Mindrell was here earlier. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's do this, okay? I'm gonna play this video. I think this was a nice one. I think I got some big stories coming tomorrow, okay, that we're going to cover. I think we're going to lead with Iniedo. If there's nothing bigger than that comes tomorrow. There's some points I want to point out in that. But for tonight, I think I should play something that's a little bit more relevant to this story, because TYRESE, he's not done. He's going to collect woto. You know why? Because of this mindset. The issues here are mostly mindset. Okay, it's painful. Let me tell you right now, it's a painful thing for anybody to go through. Child support, alimony battles, divorce. It's a painful process. That's why I think that it's very important to seek counsel, seek coaching. People have been referred to me by their lawyers. Like, listen, you need to talk to some counselor. Somebody that can coach you, because this temperament you're going to lose. Okay, and that's all they needed. There's some things I can point out with regards to what they want. It's not about what everyone else in the manosphere or the feminist movement wants. It's about, what do you want? That's where we need to start from. And you need someone that can be patient with walking you through that process. We need to know what you want. Just because you tell me this is what you want, I'm not necessarily going to believe the first thing you tell me. I will ask you further questions to be sure that's what you want. Because you remember, we're talking about your kids. We're talking about your wife. We're talking about the wife that you thought it was going to be forever. And then she just pulled the rug. You don't know this person any longer. You don't know them anymore. So it feels like it's a complete stranger that's trying to destroy you. Right? So it's very important that you don't look at everything from this tangible, only pragmatic standpoint. I am going to be pragmatic, of course, but I will make sure that I'm not discounting the emotional aspect of things, which is what drives everything. Did it look like that judge got emotional, or what? Was that judge reading the laws when he got pissed off and walked into that room? Emotions is driving everything. I keep telling you, you're not going to listen to me, coconut head, until you fall to rock bottom where there's no further way to go. But you can stop all of that. You can just say, hey, I've got pride and ego and it's just all over the place. I need someone to help me because I don't want to mess this up again. If you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. All right? So, I'll be right back. All right, welcome back.
Now your children, your mama and papa, and your siblings, that be your family. Don't let anybody deceive you. Say, una where they quarrel because I your post say wife not be family. A lot of people they vex. See my DM don't fool. Now make me come do this video so. Tell me how your wife to be your family. Your wife now your blood. A lot of people don't know what to be family. Una you hear the cap no says based on saying so it be for history. Not be so it be. Logically, more tell ourselves the truth. How your wife to be your family after marriage? If you say your wife, now your family, so one of them they say they wrong. If your wife now your family, if he leave you divorce, go marry another man. So you want to tell me say after I don't divorce you, the other man will marry now in new family. So you go see divorce that one, the other one will marry now your other family. I'm gonna call this crap. Now illiterate, you are supposed to tell all those things. Logically, your family now those will relate to you by blood. Your wife not be your blood. Your mama na be your blood, your papa na be your blood, your siblings na your blood, your children are your blood, and your wife take be blood. Even see una wey dey Europe, una dey talk, all of una wey get paper, all una take get paper. No be una boyfriend una donation, and the donation pass the family. Una boyfriend una donation take get paper, all of una, we know all of una. Not be say we just move, keep quiet. All of una wey run after all those donation people, then only do the.
Oh Lord.
Let me say, when me go say wife not be family, wife not be your family. Now try to tell you, believe it or not, your wife is not your family. Except say you be mumu. Now try to tell you, I know they say me you know.
You are a mumu man.
More day honest, educational, in educative way, and your wife to be your family. So if your wife marry you now, divorce you. If your wife marry like 10 or 20 men, so those 10 men are their family. So if he divorce you now, then what you not come be? Family, now your blood will go stick with you forever. That be this Europe where we did. Now there's no something go happen, woman go come out. If you have been mumu, they deceive yourself, say your wife now your family, they go leave you. Not go play. I'm not saying you don't love your wife, but more tell ourselves the truth. 100% truth. Your wife is not your family. Your wife is not your blood. Your wife get your family. Your wife get your blood. If this will you keep quiet? Europe, if things go wrong, if mama go invest and may leave you, if brother and sisters go invest and may leave you, because that they be family. So not get me wrong, not the quarrel I say your wife not be your family. Not try to tell you, your wife is not your family. This is the truth. Make things go wrong just now, they go leave you. If family now go invest and say, what is the use that kind man they do? Una be husband and wife, not be family. And more tell ourselves, more they educate each other well. Which one of them are the verse say I say your wife not be your family? Your wife not your family before.
Say what they want me.
Ah! Oh my wow,
Ah! O já mi lára jẹ.
I'll do translation, I promise. At least for just J, I have to do proper translation.
Your wife not your blood. Except say you dey literate, you don't want dey honest. Honestly, what is family? And how is your wife your family? Tell me. You're there to say, wait here they talk. Your wife not be your family. Now try I tell you so. Whether you like it or you don't like it, your wife is your wife. It's not your family. It's not your family. Now try I tell you. God forbid make things not go wrong. She go leave you. 90% go leave you. Don't handicap. Your mama can never leave you. Even if you bless, you be handicapped. Your mama go remain your mama. Your children go remain your children. But your wife go leave you divorce, marry another man, automatically know they answer your name again. I tell be your family. I don't no get sense. I tell be your family. Explain to me how your wife tell be your family. I been gonna arrest for all this hypocrite. I remain my word. If you want debate time, I ready. Your wife is not your family. I'll feel proof to you say your wife not be your family. Family is related by blood. Your wife is not your blood. Simple.
Wala, Nigeria don't report to Atiko Sawakalu. Hey! Wala.
I'm done. Jesus Christ. All right. What did you say? Auntie B is enjoying Nigeria. She's in Nigeria. She's enjoying Nigeria. I could see. Husband and wife. I don't know if they're not family. I don't know what they are. They are Kiriwa partners, I guess. Just people are so angry. What is going on? Just J says, just Jolasun says, it's a pandemic. It's a it is a pandemic. Listen, I tell my American brother, I said, it's not just you, okay? They're in Brazil too, okay? They're in Nigeria, they're everywhere. I'm telling you, as long as there's the internet, okay, where women are being enlightened, and yes, the powers you give them, they are using it against you if you end up a potopoto, right? They don't want to listen because of the coconut head. So this is what they sound like, okay? Now, your wife is not your family. We've been talking about this for a few days. I don't know if you noticed, because of the Akimi story and stuff. He said their mother is their family. I don't know where to go with this, man. Adibusola, all these educated illiterates, I can't. There's so many extremely educated brothers talking like this. You'll be shocked. Okay? This has nothing to do with book education, okay? Just keep that at the back of your mind as we move, okay? That is your dear family, idiot. If you had children, okay, it's not your mother, but it's the mother of your children. Don't be. Is that not what you call juju? I mean, is it witchcraft? Which one?
Not be juju be that.
Right? If she's not your mother, she's the mother of your children. If you have children, it's not your children. Maybe if you have no children with her, maybe you have a point. I guess maybe. But even at that, if you marry that person, if you sign some kind of covenant, either with the state or not, they're your family. Don't be stupid. I'm warning. See, this thing is not about what you're saying only. It's your mindset. You're going into a marriage with this mindset. It can't work. You're better off staying single. I'm warning you. Let's keep going. All this argument, all this shalaye, men that complain, they tend to explain. They can't. They just have to keep explaining. Even they're not getting paid for it, right? It's a pandemic. Damn it. This Edo brother is falling my hand. Blessed, my show. Listen, they will find their way to Men of Prestige at some point. This platform. Hopefully they will learn something. But for now, we move. People are so angry. Okay, talked about it. Interesting. I was just telling Chinye, the father of my child is still my family. That's a fact. That's literally the facts. Okay, for life. So if you as a woman think that way, right? What would make the men of a generation think otherwise? Right? What is his point? Your wife is not your blood. Still, she bears your children, changes her last name. It doesn't matter, according to this brother, this Edo brother. I just noticed Edo brother. This guy has a huge followership on TikTok. Let me see. His name is Addison, something like that. Addison. He has a huge followership on TikTok. A lot of people are following him. But it's not Manosphere stuff. I think it's just a lot of his funny stuff. So it's a lot of people that are not necessarily creating content around Manosphere talking point, but this is their mindset. It's indicative of where the family structure is today. Something to pay attention to. So she's what? Kiriwa partner. No be the same blood that we send money to work on a project and they chop the entire money plus. There was a point he kept making. Good point, Chiye. There's a point he kept making that they will leave you. Family leave people. If you don't have money, family will leave you. Oh, Nigerians, the family no have time for you. Okay? How many family members do you think was in that court with TYRESE today? It's definitely it's not everybody that's blood to him. Some of them, they're seeing it on TV like the rest of us right now. Why? Because they tried to borrow money from TYRESE in the past. He didn't give to them. They said, F that nigga. It's not going to give us money anyway. Well, he's getting what he deserved. Family member is doing that today, right now, as we're speaking. You see how that talking point just end up in poto poto? Yeah. It's not gonna work. This mindset is not gonna work. You're better off staying single. And if you have sex, you see what is going on with TYRESE? If you have sex outside of wedlock and you don't know what you're doing, you see what's happening with TYRESE? You think you have to be married before that happened? Shout out to Chicago Rilla. He left a comment earlier. Was like, and they've only been married for 3 years. It's a child support case. All you have to do is do kerewa with a person. That's all you have to do to end up in the position, even worse, a TYRESE position, because she'll probably be a lot more wicked if she was never married to you. Right? It's not divorce. It's a child support case. So it could have been you met randomly in a strip club somewhere and now you're in a court fighting $600,000. Well, there's a good chance you won't have 2 kids with them if it was just a one-night situation, right? But the point is that that's all it takes. Just one night of kerewa. You don't have to be married. Okay? Before you get dragged woto. So husband and wife are no longer nuclear family. Crazy ass human beings. They are truly last days. These are the last hours or last minutes. It looks like Jesus is coming. He got a C19 brain. I'm telling you. We're rounding up. She's just an envelope that carries your children. With this type of mindset, you should never marry. Somebody said they are just to be used for sex. Yes, sure. Use them for sex. Ask TYRESE, okay? Just impregnate a few women to beat your children. Logic equals to 0. Comprehension is 0. Emotional intelligence 0. Brain cells. Leave that thing alone. Leave that thing. Look at his conduct. Just look at his face. Somebody will say, oh no, he's just joking around. No, I think he means it. Okay, I think it means it. Okay, they mean it. Listen, tell yourself lies long enough, it becomes the truth, and then you call it truth. I'm just telling the truth. Okay, I'll wait for the result part of the truth. Okay, and that's why many women don't want to be bothered. That child just dumb with his angry self. Fact, because I dated an attorney who was a whole hole. Listen, education, all that education stuff. Majority of them in these conversations are actually well educated, not majority, but a good some of them. They're making good money, educated. They just can't see past anything that's in black and white. They can't see it. Even if you bring them to it, they will comprehend it for a second, but they will disconnect right back into their reality, which is lame. Okay, people should just stay single because they have no ideas of marriage. Listen, not just stay single, don't have children. Not in the Western world. If you want to go and have children, go to Nigeria. Go to Nigeria, put them in a compound somewhere and nurture them. If you come to anywhere in the Western world, you have children outside of wedlock, you will collect woto. Just so you know. I know. Auntie B let her enjoy her life, right? Marriage is a whole blood covenant that you will not have with any of your so-called blood siblings. Exactly. Say you want to do with your family. Like, why is this? It's not your family thing. Oh, that's not the point. Argue the point. The wife is not your family. That's not the point. Stay on the point, Ola. The wife is not the family. Okay, you're right. As a matter of fact, let's Ichi, stop it. That's it.
You're right.
She's not your family. She's your wife. Potentially the mother of your kids. Potentially have the power to get Judge Kevin to destroy you in the streets, okay? Your family couldn't do that. Maybe you should pay a little more attention to her more than you will pay to family, because she has power. She has much more power than quote-unquote family. Anike rọra máa fa igbó. Igbó ti pọ̀ jù. You smoke too much. Rọra máa fa igbó. That's an angry man on Whitey, not okay. Not angry face. Yeah, the emojis doesn't show up on my end. You're right. I get that. Oh Lord. Oh, look at him. He was going in. Yeah. The idea I should come and debate him. They always ask me to come and debate. So sometimes I don't mind, I don't mind a little debate, but you're definitely not going to be barking at me, and I'm not talking over anybody, and nobody's talking over me. I don't do that. I have better things I can spend my time on, but I can debate, definitely, But I'll probably choose not to debate with this brother. Yeah. Yeah, that you're not strong but you're powerful. Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot. Anyway, look out for those courses. I have 2 courses coming up on the channel. 2 courses. One is called the Prestige for dating and single, and the other one is Prestige courses, single and dating, and one is marriage and sex. So look out for that. Be on the lookout for that. I'll be back within the next 24 to 48 hours. Pay attention. Turn on all your notifications. Join the chat on WhatsApp. Okay. Make sure you join the chat on WhatsApp so you can make sure that you're getting notification by all means as we're coming here. Okay. This is how you get there. lolaanola.com/WhatsApp is how you join the WhatsApp. Okay. All right. So, and don't forget, you can download the book, only one book now. And you can book for coaching at loveandprestige.com as well. Okay. So that's everything you need is scrolling right through the screen. On your way out, do me a favor. Kirawa time, 12:09. Yeah, late night, tomorrow, if there's no other big news, I want to come back and talk about the Iniedo stuff. I had a lot more story I wanted to cover tonight, but the TYRESE story kind of took on a whole life of his own. I think we should leave it at that. My message to all the TYRESE out there. My message to all the TYRESE out there is that calm down, drink some water, take a cold shower, relax, get a coach, get a counselor. You need emotional intelligence coach. You need to know everything about the laws of the land you live in. There are ways that you enjoy the laws of the land you live in. There are some downsides to it too if you end up on the wrong side. Maybe you might want to claim this is the wrong side for a man. Sure, whatever. You're right, okay? But you need to learn the laws so that, and then also make sure you are emotionally centered. Make sure that you're under emotional control. Don't go there and be showing attitude. Don't go and be calling out the judge on your case. That's stupid, okay? Don't come on the internet and be crying. Don't do that, okay? You can cry to your friends. The internet is not your barbershop. Internet will never be your barbershop. Don't fool yourself, okay? Once you get out in this space on the internet and you mention woman, and you say anything about woman, she will show up, okay? She will show up and show you Pepe and Shiggy, okay? Confuse the hell out of you. She might dress skimpy to confuse you. You start donating super chat before you realize it. She'll repeat your talking point after you. and then after you find out that she's still a woman. Yeah. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you. I don't have 24 hours, you said, or I have 24 hours at least, right? Okay. I'll see what I can make happen in 24 hours. Okay. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.